you about something that Vladimir Putin said today. As you know, he held that press conference, and he said more prisoner swaps may occur between the U.S. and Russia. He said, quote, everything is possible. What does the U.S. make of that? What does the administration hear in those words?
So we're just not going to talk about any ongoing diplomatic conversations. We've been very clear that we want the American people to know that their safety and security is among our highest priority when it comes to aggressively doing everything that we can to bring Americans home who are being wrongfully detained, bringing them home safely, but not going to get into any diplomatic conversations from here.
Thank you. Now that Brittany Griner is back on U.S. soil, has President Biden spoken to her, or does he plan to?
So don't have any calls to preview. As you know, the president spoke with her, Brittany Griner, yesterday morning in the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour, right before he came out to speak to all of you and to give the announcement. And in the room was her wife and the vice president and Jake Sullivan, and also the Secretary of State. And we've already read out what that conversation was like. I do want to give a little bit more information on where we are this morning. We can confirm, as you all know, that Brittany Griner arrived at Joint Base San Antonio, Fort Sam Houston, early this morning. She has been reunited with her wife, Sherelle. U.S. officials who met her on the ground said she was in very good spirits, appears to be in good health. She was immediately taken to Brooke Army Medical Center, where she is being offered a range of support options following her time detained in Russia.
Do you know if she's home or when she might go home?
So not going to get ahead of what's going to happen next. What I can tell you is where she is currently today. Every individual is different, and those decisions are up to them and their families. They'll take as much time as they need. What we can say, typically upon arrival, people are offered a wide range of additional support, including full medical checkup, a mental health checkup, and additional means of support. All of this is voluntary, so it is up to her and her family.
Can you confirm the report that Russia wanted Vadim Krasikov, who is a Russian assassin being held in Germany, in exchange for Paul Whelan?
So I cannot go into any specifics or any negotiations information from here. As you know, we are working very hard to secure Paul's return, and so don't want to get ahead of what's currently happening, and I just want to leave it there.
Okay. Well, did the U.S. have any conversations with a third party when they were negotiating the prisoner swap?
I'm just not going to get into specifics on any of the negotiations. What I can tell you was that we realized, and I think I said this a moment ago, we realized about a week or two ago that Russia was willing to do a negotiation to release Brittany Griner, and that was Brittany Griner for Mr. Boot. And that's what they offered. They were not negotiating in good faith when it came to Paul. They categorized him very differently, and we've talked about that. Unfortunately, in an illegitimate charges that they levied against Paul, and so at this time we were not able to secure his release. I don't want to get into any specifics about negotiations as we continue to have those conversations to secure Paul.
Just one more quick one. In order to get an American back, is the U.S. only willing to swap a Russian national, or would it consider trying to work with another country to get someone else?
I get your question, and I understand. I just cannot get into what we will or will not do any of the negotiations. We have Americans out there who are wrongfully detained, being held hostage, and we want to make sure that we get them home safely. And negotiating from here or giving information on the internal mechanics or process certainly would not be prudent.